The views expressed in this podcast, Champ and Tramp, belong to the host and guest, not the Champ and Tramp podcast itself. It's intended for entertainment information, so please use discretion. We're not responsible for any outcomes resulting from the content discussed. These guys changed the game with Protein Hydration RTD, which I personally love, and now they have it in powder form.
Yeah, check this out. They got 3 delicious, refreshing flavors: Tropical Punch, Watermelon, and Cherry Lime. We're going to try them for the first time right here, right now.
They really nailed it. I'm going with Tropical Punch as the best flavor.
I can't even decide. These are all super refreshing. I can sip on these all day. 20 grams of protein, no fat, no sugar, no gluten, no lactose. These are so good, Frankie.
You ain't playing. You guys got to give these a try. Head over to the site, musclemensrx.com, and grab them today. Wow.
Real show, here we go. Real show, here we go. You know that it's gotta be that time, so this is what we chant. What keeps on getting them all amped in advance? Come on. You and I rocking out with Iron Man, FE. You get the general's point of view on top of Roger's rants. We're never tapping out, we're putting the most minutes in. You already know what that's about, you know that winners win. Crush whatever's on task, check the podcast. It's the champ and the tramp, let the bomb blast.
Ready?
Yeah, buddy. Got a lot to talk about tonight, pal.
I'll tell you what, Raj.
I do it, and you did call me out upstairs about our last podcast. Where I noticed the same thing. I was hoping you didn't pick up on it, but
I noticed it that night.
We were talking about. You didn't notice it at the time.
Yes, I did because I let it go.
Oh yeah, you don't let anything go, bro. You let nothing go ever. Andrew, does he let anything go if he notices it? No, nothing. No, exactly. Exactly. But the 100-man versus the gorilla, I said something to the effect of the first 6 to 8 guys would get fucking absolutely obliterated, and then Andrew, our producer,
ChatGPT said
was reading
30 to 40 guys would get bumped.
Yeah,
Like,
that was
exactly what I said.
Yeah, all right, so I fucking stretched it a little bit. I definitely stretched it.
I gave you one. I gave you a win, buddy.
Hang on, let me take this off. Give me a 3.5 month analysis, pal. How's it looking?
I think it looks really good, dude. Yeah.
Andrew, what do you think, pal? How's it coming in?
It looks good, buddy.
3.5 months. They lowered my hairline a good.
You got like a 4 head now, not a 5 head.
Yeah, exactly.
I got the 5 still.
No, you got good hair, bro. You
actually
have good. You can grow an afro.
They keep
if you want
hitting
to.
me up. They keep hitting me up, bro.
Do they?
Yeah.
Still? I'm actually now in the last week. I've really noticed a difference. You know what I mean? I got a haircut Thursday too, so. But yeah, Confident Hair, guys, check them out. They got a location in Turkey, which is their main. They call it a hospital. I think that's just what they call stuff over there for health and beauty stuff. It's not known as like a clinic or like a day spa. It's actually a hospital.
I mean, you're getting a medical procedure.
I know, but I had mine done in the DR. It wasn't a hospital, bro. It was it had a medical room.
Hour, is it Exxon?
Yeah, it was a gas station. No, I'm not. It's Confident Air, great place, but their main, hospital office in Turkey has everything. DR, where I went, they just do hair and teeth there. So if you want hair and teeth, and
you're going for the brajol, you're going to Turkey. You got to go to
right,
Turkey
baby.
for the
That's
brajol.
right, for the butt lift. All right, what else you got for us, Franklin?
No, did you watch the Bo Nickal and RDR fight?
I didn't watch it. I had to,
saw the highlights.
It was my son's birthday this weekend, so unfortunately I didn't.
You know what I did for the first time? Cause I was trying to watch it, and I was just so tired because it was Saturday. What did I do Saturday? Oh, I was all my guys competed in a jiu-jitsu tournament, my school in Trent. So I had to, I was there all day, 12-hour day, bro. I was coaching my guys, little kids all the way up to the adults and everything. Then I come back and no one came over to watch the fights or anything. Come chilling on the kids. I didn't get home till 8:30, 9 o'clock almost. So I sit down and watch. Watch the fights, and I'm trying to stay up.
Awake, yeah.
So then literally I go in bed and I have it on my phone, and I remember I'm like, I wanted to watch Nick. I wanted to watch the main event and the co-main event. So I was really waiting for it, So I'm watching them in bed. Renee's kind of sleeping already. And I put it on I'm like, all right, there's 2 more fights. Let me just put it down a second. All I know is I wake up with Renee like, what the hell? Because the phone was on still. So I fell asleep. So next morning I came down here and I watched both of them. They're both pretty quick. Bo Nickal got stopped in the second round, and everybody's just shitting on him. And I kind of get why a little bit because he's super confident, a little cocky, I guess. Things gonna whoop everybody. He's very opinionated about other people's wrestling and this and that, and that's just, he's the fucking man. He's a 3-time national champ, probably
For sure.
won the Hodge Trophy twice. Super stud, definitely got tons of potential. But I feel like, listen, so it is warranted. If you talk all that shit and you don't back it up, you got to deal with it a little bit. You win, but live by the sword, die by the sword type of thing.
Right.
But instead of knocking him, I think RDR just looked fantastic.
Absolutely.
And I think he's legit, super legit.
I don't know anything
well-rounded.
about that guy.
Bo Nickal took him down right in the first round. He was kind of somewhat even up into that point. I guess on the feet, no one's really scoring too much. He takes him down, then he goes for a guillotine and gets reversed. And this dude kind of has his way the last little bit. He's on top for most of the time. And Bo's probably not used to being on his back. He's on top most of the time. Then the third round, and in that round he was getting hit with some, in the first round he was getting hit with some decent shots. Third round, RDR went right at him, throwing knees, body shots, and he just crumbled, dude.
Yep.
And I think more so as it's Bo, everyone's like, oh, Bo got exposed. Like, bro, Bo's still going to be, it's tough to say, can he be a champion? You never know. That's very hard to be a champion. But he has the ability to possibly be that, for sure.
Right.
But I think let's give it up for this guy.
Absolutely.
Instead of knock that guy. You know
Now,
what I mean?
RDR?
RDR, it's the Ritter. Rainer
Is he
de
a
Ritter.
ranked guy? Not ranked.
No, I believe they said he is ranked 14th or something like that, or something.
Okay.
Maybe 12 to 14. I think.
Yeah, it looked like a very, very.
But dude, he's a two-weight class champion from ONE FC.
Yep.
But I just found he beat the same guy for both weight classes.
Okay.
So but still impressive.
I like humble in victory, humble in defeat, and I saw his post fight, and I like the guy that much more because just not cocky, not arrogant. He's like, listen, man. Bo is the man. He's a great wrestler, but he's like, I felt very confident in the stand-up with him. I felt very confident on the ground with him. He goes, I'm very confident in my jiu-jitsu. Yeah. Bro. And he looked good, bro.
Bo Nickal cut from, I think is the last, that week, he was what was he? He was 220-something, I think, down to 85. That's a lot of weight, but he looked small compared to this guy.
Yeah, but he said my whole goal was to, add size and retain some size for these fights, you know what I mean? Because obviously the bigger you are and the more you cut, when you rehydrate, you can just be that much bigger, right? For the fight itself, right? Like I say, you said 220?
I think he from 220 he cut down to the week
If he's 220 and he cuts down to, what do they find out, 185? Mm-hmm. He cuts down to 185. You get what, 24 hours or 48 to rehydrate?
I mean, it's probably ends up being 30, 40 hours.
Okay.
Like
so this is how I thought it worked. I'm not a fighter. I don't know.
No, you're
not. I thought
you're a lover.
When you're bigger and you carry more mass into it and you cut with more mass on you, you carry more weight, into the actual fight because you rehydrate and stack a lot of that weight back on in that 30-hour grace period. No? It doesn't work like that?
I mean, well, yeah, it can. It depends on how much you cut and how you cut. But, yeah, typically, the bigger guys put on a little bit more weight. But it's always percentage, how much weight did you put on percentage-wise. But, I mean, 50, when I fought at 35, I weighed 54, 53 when I fought. It's almost 20 pounds. But when I weighed at 45, I probably fought at 55 anyway.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, though. Because you cut all the way down to 35, your
pretty
body
much needs it. Your body
you're pretty
wants
much
it back.
Well, now you're kind of a natural 170er, but then you were kind of a natural 155er. So you pretty much were at 135, but truly fighting at the weight of 155, right?
Right.
Yeah.
But dude, I think they cut a lot of weight and he still looks small. That's just crazy.
Yeah, super impressed with RDR. I didn't know a thing about that guy before that fight. Nothing.
Yeah,
you follow him at all?
He said he was like
he's Dutch.
Everyone
right?
talks about everyone talks about my jiu-jitsu. He's like, I had to show him that I'm a Dutch guy.
Yeah.
He's throwing knees and all that stuff.
Yeah. He hurt him with a knee. Bo was backing up. He was trying to recover. Threw a couple big bombs at him. Then he nailed him with that knee that finished him. Yeah.
And then Sandhagen and Figueiredo was pretty good too. Dude, he's good, man. He's getting better too. I feel like.
What do you feel like? Obviously, you fought him, and you didn't get to show your skill level then. But what do you feel like was his weakness? Like in his early days, you say he's getting better. What was it? What was his weakness?
I mean, just because I think his grappling at his wrestling and grappling at one point was. I mean, and it's not weak. It's just the weaker of everything he has. Right. But and I think you've seen that when Aljamain was able to capitalize on it. But no one's really freaking dominated him on it. But although Umar beat him by wrestling, Umar out wrestled him. Right, you know what I mean? So if you have to say that's his weakest point, probably his wrestling. But it's not bad in any shape or form.
Right.
And I mean now you don't see he ended up in the 50-50 position, right? Did you see that kind of?
It hurt his knee, right?
All right. Yep. Yeah. Well, no, he ended up because Figueiredo was kind of putting himself there, but Sandhagen is cornered by Ryan Hall. Do you know who Ryan Hall is?
Yeah, one of the best.
And
jiu-jitsu.
Ryan Hall's Twitter name is Ryan Hall 50-50. Right? He's like a wizard there.
Yeah.
So I'm sure he worked a lot. Had to have worked that position a bunch with Sandhagen, I imagine.
Yeah.
And when Sandhagen, they were 50-50. He went from bottom to top, got on top, kind of swept him with it.
Yeah.
But it's the same kind of position that you are with a heel hook. And dude, he pretty much heel hooked him, by just by sweeping him, going from top to bottom or bottom to top. And and Figueiredo saying, "Oh, it was a freak accident," but but Sandhagen's like, "Nah." He's like, "I meant to do that."
Yep.
That's just
speaking of Ryan Hall, though, going back to that name, I mean, there's a guy that if you saw him in a bar, you wouldn't think twice about fighting that dude, and that dude is obviously not a striker, but dangerous on the ground. One of the most dangerous guys on the ground. Beat BJ Penn, correct?
He did, yeah.
I mean, later in BJ's career, but still beat him. Beat a bunch of guys, but then I think he got pretty much demolished by the last guy he fought. Who was that?
Yeah, but you know who that was.
Who was it?
Poirier.
Yes, that's right. Yep, that's right. Yep. You're right.
Did he lose to someone else though? He might have lost to someone. Didn't he? Oh, he lost to Dan Ige. Didn't Dan Ige fight him? I think Dan Ige may have fought him.
Drawing a blank on that one. Yep. I know one of the last guys he fought, he was literally sleeping.
Poirier.
Yeah. Poirier's a bad dude, bro. Anybody better than him right now in the game? Don't say John Jones because we would all agree with that. But
what do you mean? And better than him, like
all around
pound for pound?
Yeah, pound for pound.
I think so. Yeah. I think Islam's better pound for pound.
Yeah. Better. You think better striker? No, pound for pound, I guess, all encompassing, but definitely not a better striker. No way.
I mean, I don't know. I think his striking. I mean, he's definitely not known as much for his striking as Oliveira for sure. But I mean, bro, he knocks people out too. He dropped dropped Poirier, which led to the submission, right? And then he dropped Charles Oliveira, led to a submission.
Yep.
So he's definitely a crack.
Yeah, I just think Ilya is the future right now. Don't you think so?
Yeah, well, I mean, it depends. He's trying to go to 55, and so I think what happens, actually, we could talk about this, too. Belal is fighting Jack Maddalena. Is that how you say it? Della, whatever. You know what I'm talking about? Maddalena.
I know who you mean. Yeah. I wouldn't do any better with the pronunciation.
And if he say this guy, is it Jack?
I think so.
Okay, say this Jack, the Australian guy, beats Belal, then Islam supposedly didn't go up and fight him. All right, but if Belal wins, supposedly I think he may fight Islam. Now, if say this guy wins and Islam goes up to fight this guy, I believe Poirier is going to fight Oliveira for the interim, which is what they're saying. I don't know if it's true or not.
Well, that would be a great fight.
Yeah,
I've got to give it to Ilya, but yeah, that's next weekend, next Saturday.
Next.
Renee's taking up tap dancing.
Yeah. Next Saturday.
Saturday.
And Valentina Shevchenko is against
one of the best.
Who is that? Is she wrestling? Is she fighting Grasso? Is that who she's fighting?
I'm not sure. I haven't really saw that card. Obviously, Belal is not. I mean, he's a phenom of a fighter, but he doesn't really have. It's not a crowd favorite, right? Belal's not.
No, he's not for some reason.
Who are you picking to win that fight?
I think Belal. I mean, I don't really. I'll be honest. I really don't know much
a lot
about
this
Jack
guy. Either. Yeah.
I just see he submitted Craig Jones though in the gym, put him to sleep. Again, I don't know if that's like a real or not.
I know. All the comments said that's fake as shit. But who knows?
Because Craig Jones is pretty damn good.
Yeah, he's really good. He fought, what's her name, Gabby.
Yeah.
That was great, bro. She's a big fucking girl.
Hell yeah.
Big girl.
But, yeah. What were we talking about? We're saying...
Are you saying Jack slept a BJJ. Pro
Yeah,
in
well,
the
yeah.
gym.
I just think Belal is just. He's like a gritty fighter.
He's
He's
well-rounded,
He's not
too.
entertaining. He's not super entertaining. I mean, I don't say he's not entertaining. He fucking he goes after it, dude. He's just not finishing people. That's what people want.
Right.
People want finishers.
People don't like point fighters, basically. Yeah.
And I don't say he's a point fighter. I mean, he definitely puts the pace on people. You know what I mean? He's fight. Listen, you're fighting for the title. You're fighting the best guy in the weight class other than yourself. It's not always you're not going to be able to run through everybody. You know, and some guys like I mean, even like myself. You know,
Would you rather watch a guy that just unloaded everything in there, like a Chandler, like a Michael Chandler, that just dumps it all, or a guy?
What I want to see,
or a guy, I don't know. I'm trying to pick Nick Diaz, maybe that's more of a point fighter style.
Neither. I like all of them. I like all of them. Like you like to watch those blood and guts glory fights with Chandler, but what I like the best is I like greatness. Greatness, right? Whatever. Poirier going out there and just doing it. Islam going out there and doing it. And if it could be an Islam versus Volkanovski fight where it's a barn burner.
Yep.
I just like greatness. That's
agree.
what I like more than anything. You know what I mean?
Yep.
And it don't have to be a finish. It don't have to be a knockout, a submission. Could be just a grind out fight. But it's just greatness. That's what I like.
You like a fight like me, like everybody, basically, that is an all-out war. Goes for damn near the end of the fight, but at the end of it, there's a clear winner and a clear loser, but nobody lost any stock in the fight. Really.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? I like that.
I mean, like, shit. Anytime friggin' Poirier and Holloway fought, you know what I mean? No one lost stock in that.
Exactly. Yep.
Yeah.
You too. You've got some fucking barn burner fights.
Yeah. I mean, as long as whatever, all these guys put it on the line. It's no fuck, man. You're trying to hurt each other. It's crazy.
Yep.
I feel kind of so far removed from it sometimes.
Did we switching gears a little bit? I don't know if we talked about this. If we did, I think we just touched on it briefly. The wildfires. Did we talk about that?
We did, buddy.
We did. Okay.
We did.
They
found the guy.
They got the kid. Yeah.
Did I tell you one of my students arrested him?
No.
Yeah.
No way.
Yeah.
He was a Piney for sure. That guy.
He said the dude still smelled like smoke.
No way.
Yeah. Yeah, it was like 2 days later, still smelling like smoke.
That's what
they
do.
Bro, why don't you fucking shower, bro?
That's what they do, in South Jersey, though, because it's
It ain't saying that. It's fucking Lacey, bro.
Bro, I lived in Lacey. That's South Jersey. You don't call that South Jersey? I call
Tom's
anything...
River South Jersey now.
No.
This is shore, bro.
I say
shore.
Forked River South. Forked River all the way down. Where would you say it goes from the Pine Barrens to start turning into beach towns again? Because Forked River is basically right on the fucking ocean. That's definitely
a beach town.
Name a person that goes to Forked River to go to the beach. I don't know anybody.
I don't know. What beach they go? They probably go to like.
But I mean, when you get
LBI.
down, when you get south enough, you get
LBI.
to LBI. Well, that's an island. Maybe even Sea Isle City and all that.
Avalon,
Then you start hitting beach towns again.
Yeah.
But there's a section where it's just fucking Pine Barrens, bro.
Oh, Little Lake Harbor, is that
Pine Barrens?
Pine Barrens.
I mean, you're on the ocean, but I've never heard one person go
Stone Harbor. How about that? We're right there. Remember
that was cool.
Awesome.
Yeah.
That was a cool spot.
Yeah, that's basically Atlantic City. But no, I've never heard anybody like kids fucking put your beach shorts on. We're going to fucking Tuckerton. You know what I mean? I've never heard anybody say that.
You go to Tuckerton to kiss your sister. Jersey's got everything.
We do. Yep.
You got the shore, you got the city, you got the hood, you got the fucking Pineys, you got the mountains, you got everything.
Yep. Obviously, I saw this on The Sopranos. I guess I'd heard about it a little bit maybe before that, but supposedly the mob buries a lot of bodies in the Pine Barrens.
Yeah.
You think more bodies are in the Pine Barrens
right?
from
When
the
he's
mob?
like, he's a doctor, right?
Yeah.
Remember what was that?
He's an interior decorator.
He's an interior decorator. He's an interior decorator.
His house looked like shit, though. No, he worked for the Russian interior.
Yeah, he worked for the Russian.
Well,
he's an interior decorator.
What's her name? Dre, right? They drove Drea. Is it Dre or Drea?
Drea.
Yeah.
That was a different episode.
Yeah.
But
I know, but
took
they
out
drove her
woods.
to the Pine, and then she just starts crying as he's driving.
Yeah.
He keeps getting more south, and you just see the tears because she knows she's fucking getting driven to her death. Crazy. She don't get no work no more in Hollywood because she's a hardcore conservative.
Yeah, she is. Right?
Hardcore, yeah. She don't work no more.
Yeah.
Crazy.
She from Jersey or New York?
I would say New York by her accent, but I don't know.
New York.
New York?
Yeah, she went to NYU.
Huh. Yeah, probably to date the best. What do you call that? A miniseries?
I gotta call this kid.
HBO special. You gotta call this kid now.
Yeah, he's hitting the fucking thing.
Oh, who is it?
Santino.
Oh, I thought you were making a business call.
No business. Yo, stop hitting that thing.
Can you do that like you normally would if you weren't on camera? Go ahead, do it. Do it.
That's what I said.
No way. Would he talk like that if he wasn't on camera? Yo, what the fuck did I tell you? Stop fucking hitting the floor.
He's got that punching bag up there.
Oh, that's what it is,
thing,
a punching
yeah.
bag. That's funny. What else you got for us, Franklin? What else? Best HBO miniseries of all time? Sopranos? Yes? No?
Well, I don't know if that's called a miniseries.
Oh, okay, what do you call it?
It's called a show.
It went 7 seasons.
Yeah.
Okay, so what do they call it? Show? What do you call it?
TV show, yeah.
Series. Sorry,
Yeah.
series.
Yeah, he gets all mad. He gets all mad when you correct him.
No, not at all. I'm trying to actually call it the right thing. I'm not mad.
Miniseries would be like Band of Brothers.
Yeah, like 6-8 episodes.
Okay.
That's it.
All right. Well, listen,
We'll teach you.
I learned something today. I learned something.
Yeah, well, it was we talk about this all the time. It wasn't the first.
Probably like Oz. I
Oz
think
was
they
probably
had
the first.
first.
Oz was great too.
Better? No, I'm
that-
saying better though. In your opinion, you think Oz was better than Sopranos?
No, where did you? If you're listening.
Oh, sorry.
I just said it was the first.
I
Oz
understand
was
that.
probably the first,
Yeah, I get that.
right? I think the first, like,
I think that was their first big show.
right.
But I know they had other stuff.
Like,
before
was there
that.
other when did did Showtime have any shows like that? No, right? Pretty much. I mean, there was only obviously ABC, NBC had like 90210 and shit like that, but that wasn't like edgy type cable.
Well, yeah,
TV
I mean,
series.
there's been a million of them, but I mean, I'm saying Empire was another one, but
Yeah, but
best one,
those are way after,
newer.
right?
Yeah. I'm just saying, I'm not asking what the first one was. The best in your opinion? I still think
HBO
Sopranos.
or HBO. I think Sopranos. Sopranos might be one of the best
It really
shows.
is.
Period. I think Breaking Bad's up there too.
Yep, I never got into Breaking Bad, but from what everybody says, you know.
It's phenomenal. And Breaking Bad probably had start to finish.
What was the
probably
bike?
best ending?
What was the biker one? Everybody thought I would
Sons
get
of
into that.
Anarchy.
Sons of Anarchy, Game of
Yeah.
Thrones.
Yeah, they're all good. Game of Thrones last season killed it for me.
Yeah.
They fucked that
Last
whole
couple
show up.
seasons,
Yeah,
it got
they
weird.
What's
fucked
the
that
one?
show up.
I got really into it the first season, and it just started. I couldn't get into it after that. The one, Lady Gaga was in it.
American
House of
Horror Story.
House-
Yeah, but there's
yeah,
8
but-
million of them.
Yeah, what was that called? Not
American Horror
American
Story.
Horror
Yeah,
Story.
there's like millions of them.
The first one
There was a
that-
couple
With the
good
Murder
ones.
House, it was good. The first one.
The one
the
where,
first one with
where Lady
with
Gaga
the
was
boys.
the vampire. though.
See, I wasn't into that one.
That
I
was
didn't-
pretty good.
When she
That was
came, she was at the hotel in New York City.
yeah.
It was all right, but I started fading out. The one with the clown was in the circus. I thought that one was good. The first one was the best one. The first episode was the best.
They were okay. They were cool. They were
Yeah,
good.
yeah.
They weren't,
Well,
they were
Brian
like
Brian
popcorn
Cranston
flicks.
for Breaking Bad said that there would be no Walter White without Tony Soprano. So that character was huge.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess it's like the anti-hero.
Anti-hero.
Where
yeah.
you just
Yeah.
you like him, you want to root for him, but like
But
He's
you
a
know
bad guy.
terrible
Yeah.
human being.
Yeah.
Did you watch Better Call Saul?
Yeah, not all of them, but a lot of them.
Honestly, I watched that start to finish.
That might be one
I
of
think that was up there.
Yeah,
with
oh,
Breaking
Wait, I
Bad.
didn't even heard it. What's it called?
It's the
just Better
spinoff
Call
of
Saul.
Breaking Bad. He was the
You
lawyer.
never watched Breaking Bad, though,
I never
right?
watched
Oh,
Breaking
Yeah.
Cool.
Bob Odenkirk killed it.
It's more of not as much action, I think, as Breaking Bad, but storyline,
Yeah.
dialogue was great. And he's a phenomenal actor, Odin Dirk.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
The Wire was awesome too. Did you ever watch
Yeah, I
The
didn't
Wire?
get into The Wire.
Oh,
Yeah.
Awesome.
How about before? I think it was. I don't know if it was before The Wire. I think it was. It's called The Corner. When it was about, I think it was called The Corner.
Never heard of
It was
it.
about, like Baltimore,
Huh.
and it was like a mini series. That shit was wild.
Was that?
I think that was before The Wire, maybe.
Oh, okay.
A lot of good shows. I'm watching 1923 right now. Pretty solid. Who's your favorite actor?
I don't have. Are you like starstruck at all? I'm not
No,
at all. I'm not starstruck at all. Favorite actor? God, I got to think about this.
Who do you like? I mean, it's hard to say one. So
Yeah.
who's good? Who's a good actor?
I mean, if you could remove politics, I could name you a bunch. You know, I mean,
but let's
De
not.
Niro. You got to give De Niro. He's
I don't know. I think in the past, yeah. But as far as like the last 20 years, has he come out anything great? Not really. You know,
so, okay.
he's
so-
a great actor. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah. I mean,
But,
Al
like-
Pacino's got to be one of the greats. No.
Yeah, I think so. But again, like he hasn't came out with something really
Yeah.
good in a while.
Yeah. Are you talking current or of all
Oh,
time?
I'm just saying, no,
Yeah.
whatever. I think they're all good.
How about you?
Like
Breaking Bad guy was really good, although I never got into Breaking Bad. But
Bryan Cranston, he's good in a lot of
yeah.
stuff. He really is. Leonardo DiCaprio's top notch, I think.
I mean, you think like what did you have last 20 years? Like Tom Cruise has been in a bunch of shit that's been.
Yeah, but Tom
I feel like
Cruise
he's very
still,
typecast though.
I feel like Tom Cruise is definitely action hero. Like he's
Yeah.
the acting substance of his is he could act, but like he ain't doing Denzel Washington stuff. He ain't doing Tom Hanks
Denzel's
stuff.
up there.
No,
with
but
Tom
he
Hanks,
did.
yeah.
He did stray a little bit in the Ben Stiller fucking movie. Where
Tropic Thunder.
Dude, Tropic Thunder. He
That
was
was
great.
great. But that was like more like a cameo.
Yeah,
that was
but
great.
He was great in that, bro. He was great in that.
Yeah, that's a part he played that is not unlike he ever played, right? Like I feel like Denzel always plays the same type of guy. He never plays. He does play a bad guy sometimes, but he always plays a dominant role.
Mm-hmm.
Never plays like a.
What's your favorite Denzel movie?
Honestly,
Training Day by far.
Ricochet might be.
Ricochet.
Oh, bro, that's with John Lithgow. Dude, that's fucking great, bro.
I'm Training Day all day. That was
Training Day is phenomenal.
He's a great
I
actor
could not.
too, John
I could
Lithgow.
not fucking look away.
John Lithgow's
Awesome.
a killer actor.
Yeah.
Killer actor. Okay. Who else? Tom Hardy's really good.
Tom Hardy's amazing.
Christian Bale
Yeah.
is a great
Yeah,
actor.
yeah.
Did you watch
Gary Oldman's a great actor.
That,
So
that
many.
scene where Denzel's dying in the end of Training Day, he got shot. You know, he's
Yeah.
limping and he's like,
King Kong ain't got
King
shit.
Kong ain't got nothing on me. I was like,
Yeah.
fuck, your skin fucking, your hair on your arm stands up, you know? Crazy. Who would you say? Honestly, I can't think of like my favorite actor because you'd have to go to like genres, I guess, for that. But who's your, off the top of your head, one of your favorite actors?
I mean, honestly, just because we'll say just act like Tom Hanks was.
Yes.
Was.
Yeah, well, again, I
Bro,
said if you could remove
I know,
politics
but like,
from
yo,
it.
I think because like he could play a dominant role, like he would play Road to Perdition, where he played like a mean guy, but then he could play fucking Forrest Gump, bro. You know what I mean? Like he played a retard kind of, right? You know what I'm saying?
And then he can do Toy Story, you know what I mean?
Yeah, he's phenomenal.
played an AIDS patient. He's been so many
AIDS,
things.
yeah, bro.
Philadelphia.
Philadelphia, Castaway.
No question, he's talented, but again, people are always going to weigh in on the politics of it. But a guy that's not surrounded, as far as I know, in any politics at all, that's played some, probably more so typecast than Tom Hanks, but has played a pretty good genre. Tom Hardy, you just said he's fucking pretty talented. You see one of his
He
first,
does a lot of stuff.
one of his first ones that I remember. I'm probably had stuff before that because he's in England, so he probably had some English stuff. But and I think this even was Bronson. You ever see Bronson?
Yeah, he plays both of them, right?
No, that's the one with the twins.
Oh, that's
Bronson is the
yeah,
one.
yeah, I
It's
know.
based on a true story where he goes to prison for in England for a fairly petty crime, whatever,
think it's
theft,
right, yeah.
theft or something like that. And I think he gets a couple years, or he compounds it in prison into getting essentially life in prison. I think he does get out for a little bit, but he fucking just fights the prison guards every fucking day, bro.
That's a true story.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Based on a true story, yeah.
Did you watch Peaky Blinders?
Peaky Blinders. He's in that.
Yeah,
a
he
little
was
bit,
awesome in that.
What about the one? You ever see that one show? It was on one season called Taboo.
Mm-mm.
Oh, he's in it. It's like another one. It's kind of like a Peaky Blinders type show. Great.
He's in
Great
that show now, Mobland on
Oh yeah,
Paramount. I didn't
that.
watch it yet,
That's
but
that's Guy Ritchie, right? I think
I think
Guy
so.
Ritchie,
Yeah,
He's always in all his stuff too.
yeah.
Even Brad Pitt's not bad.
Yeah, I think he's sort of fallen off a little bit, but yeah.
Matt Damon's a pretty good actor too.
That whole crew.
Matthew
Like,
McConaughey. He does a good job. Woody Harrelson, bro. Those
Woody
actors
Do you
Harrelson.
think
are
movies are as good now as they were? Like, I'm a little older than you, but like, back in the day, like Breakfast Club, Stand By Me.
You think they were good?
Fuck yeah, I think they were great. Like,
I
great.
think they were
iconic.
they were
Ferris Bueller's Day Off.
yeah,
like,
they were they're
they
good.
were
They were,
fucking
but they were like
amazing.
what
I
do you call
remember
those?
all of it. I don't remember. I watch a movie now. I don't remember it.
That's just because we're old, bro.
Wow, my brain's
Yeah, but
probably-
there's no movies that come out now where I want to watch them again.
Yeah.
Only comedies are like
Okay,
that.
when you say that, do you
And
mean
then
you would
comedies
watch?
suck. Listen, there's no
You would
good
watch some of
comedies.
that stuff I just named, like
What-
the old stuff.
Dude,
When's
I
the
watch The
last-
Breakfast Club when
Yeah.
it's on every time.
Yeah.
I watch like St. Elmo's Fire.
That's what I'm saying.
16 Can.
It's
I
like a
them.
feel-good movie. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like fucking makes you feel good.
No
you know?
good comedy movies anymore. Can't make them anymore.
Well, you
Like we can't make it super bad.
yeah, no,
Come on.
yeah.
But do they even try at this point? They
I
always
know,
say
I
like
know.
we
Yeah,
can't make
no,
them,
they
but
would.
like
Like, dude, think about this. Like, everyone's like, oh, we can't be woke, can't be this. The fucking Tom Brady roast was the highest watched thing on Netflix, and that was nothing woke about it. It was anti-woke. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Well, I think that it's harder to make comedy, especially like Monty Python stuff, anything like that.
Do you see what's coming out though?
Animated stuff.
The new Naked Gun.
Yeah.
And that trailer.
Not Leslie Nielsen. That's the guy, the original.
Liam Neeson.
Liam Neeson is playing the part. He's playing his son.
Shit's gonna hit the fan. And the fucking actual shit hits the fan. Remember?
Dude, that was nice beaver.
Yeah. Stop calling me Shirley. That was great,
dude.
But I was gonna say comedy and animation. Bro, they definitely fucking go anti-woke, but it's got to be anime. Family Guy.
Mean woke. They go woke, not anti-woke.
No, they can say whatever they fucking want. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
What's the name? Trey, and what
South Park.
South Park, dude. Fucking they are anything but woke.
Yeah, they push the envelope.
Yep. But it's because they're animated and it's in the name of comedy. But if that was like a real movie,
if those ratings over the years weren't what they were, that show would have been canceled a long time ago. So that's why they get away with it.
I just smacked my lips again, by the way.
I just pulled my.
You can't help it. It's just a habit, buddy.
I wonder why you got that habit. I wonder.
You know how I can stop a gay joke when he makes these? I just pull him into it somehow, and he's like, "Bro, what the fuck you talking about? What are you talking about?" He doesn't like it when you rope him into the gayness.
Because like, I don't want nothing to do with your gay stuff. What do you mean rope me into gay?
But it
stuff?
makes
that
you
sounds
stop.
Gay. That sounds rope me into gay. That sounds gay, Roger.
But it makes you stop for a little bit. I can get you to stop if I have to.
Roger does gay stuff to me to get me to stop talking about gay.
No, I just pull you into your own joke, and you're like, "What the fuck would you say that for?"
I don't want you pulling nothing, buddy. All right.
This guy. What else, Franklin? What else? I just smacked my lips again.
You did, bro. You're a fucking.
I can't. I notice it now, and I still can't stop myself from doing it,
bro.
I sure am, pal.
Yeah, this that gorilla is everywhere. You're seeing that thing everywhere.
Yeah, everywhere. And would you say it's pretty 50-50? Half of it.
50.
Half of it.
The whole thing. I could see the whole. If it gets tired, that's the only thing. If it gets tired, then I can see.
Well, how is it not going to get tired? Of course.
Yeah, I know, but like, how tired?
I mean,
and honestly, it's just not a real. It's not a real thing because there's no way 100 dudes, the first 30 are gonna get obliterated. There's no smart enough man out there or no dumb enough guy out there to be like, you know what, I'm gonna jump on.
I agree, but that's why I said we got to set parameters. Are these guys acting normal?
I know,
like half of them are running away. That's not fair.
Right.
They have to be all in. If they're all in, I'd say I said 6 to 8
we should
guys.
Get 100 death row guys.
Yeah.
Say fight.
Your freedom.
Fight for your freedom.
Someone said, get off death row, kill a pedophile. You fucking hunt down a pedophile.
No. What was that?
Get out of prison.
No, someone said we should do. We're illegal aliens. They get
citizenship.
They get to hunt predators. If they hunt the predator, they get citizenship. We'll call aliens versus predator.
I would totally be down with that.
Oh man,
what was the movie with not Total Recall, Arnold Schwarzenegger, where it was a game show? And they hunted Running Man.
Dude, that was fucking great movie, bro.
That was great. What year do you think that was?
I'm gonna say 86.
What was the one where he played Alyssa Milano was his daughter?
That's Commando.
Commando.
Don't fuck with me. Movies.
This
is why I am who I am.
You're good, buddy. You're good.
This is why I am who I am.
Mm-hmm. Remember in Predator, who was the? Do you know all the characters' names in that? Predator.
1987. I'm so close. 86.
86. Predator.
Predator. What about that?
Do you remember all the characters from it?
Oh, Apollo Creed. What was his name? What was Apollo Creed's name? Jeez, Carl Weathers.
Mm-hmm. Jacked, fucking absolutely jacked.
Hell yeah, when they had the smack hands. The was Forrest Whitaker in that one?
No,
I don't know if he was. No, but I know Jesse the Body Ventura was in it.
Yep. The Indian guy would always wear the head. What's his name?
I don't know.
I've seen this a number of times pop up that he was incredibly difficult to work with.
Was he?
I think if I remember the story, he drank on set and was like very volatile towards everybody, so he had to have like his own security to keep him separate from anybody.
Really?
That's what I read. I don't know. if that's true, but
Danny Glover was in part 2.
he was. Yeah, that was like an urban.
Yeah, it was
the
New
first
York
one was
City.
jungle.
New
The
York,
next one was
yeah.
urban. Yeah, the jungle one was so much better. Remember when they just unloaded? They obviously he was camouflaged. They couldn't see him, and they just leveled the fucking jungle.
Yeah.
Yeah,
With the
yeah.
Gatling
Yeah,
gun.
yeah.
Is that a Gatling gun?
And it
Is that what you
finished, and
call
he's just wide-eyed, and the thing is just spinning at the end.
Yeah. He like mowed it down.
Yeah. Great movie.
Yeah. Pretty good movie.
Get in the chopper.
He killed it for such a long time.
He did,
bro.
man. He
Such
did.
a long time. That Commando movie though, when he's like fucking in the like the beginning
Through the
intro,
saw blade?
where he's like, dude, he's a freak.
Yeah.
Looks like a monster.
Alyssa Milano was his daughter, and she literally was like, what, 13 years old in that?
Probably, yeah.
Now she's got to be, what, my age?
50?
Yeah.
Older.
It's crazy.
She's a whack job, right?
Yeah.
Isn't
She
she
was,
like
wasn't
that?
she, like really behind that Me Too movement thing?
I think so. Yeah.
I think so, right?
Yeah. Yeah. She's.
What could do?
Oh man. One of those days, buddy.
Who would win, Frankie? Who would win in a fight? And walk me through this. Don't just, I want your explanation of it. You or 10 white belts? Who would win in a fight?
Oh, that's tough. I got a fight, like a straight fight. I mean, it depends who the white belts are.
Okay, so they're
I mean, that'd be tough. Honestly,
They're not-
10 people.
all right. 5.
5? I think I can maybe get 5 off.
5.
I think I get 5 off.
Now, obviously, you would
It
agree.
depends how big they
I was
are.
going to say, you would agree if they were all linebacker size, it would make a big difference, right?
Fuck it. One would be tough to do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've seen you go with the fucking linebacker, and he's no question he's stronger, can throw you around, but you get him. You always get him in the end. You know what I mean? Yep.
Yeah.
So-
No, it's yeah. I don't know. That would be kind of cool if you could do these scenarios. Like you can be able to do it, I think, in AI or some way.
They do some crazy scenarios now, bro.
Oh,
they
in
fight in
Russia?
cars. They fight in
No.
phone booths.
Dude,
they do like 10
who did I
guys
see?
on
Who
10
did I-
guys in a
Who the hell did I talk to?
slap fighting. They do
Someone I know.
fucking
Oh my
crazy
god.
shit.
I told him.
See
I
Tim
forget.
Sylvia's-
Someone said they're literally doing like fighting with like night gear on, like a night with like metal
Really?
armor.
Oh, yeah.
Fighting with
Yeah.
metal armor.
No, that's those LARPing guys, isn't it?
No, these guys are legit fighting with
Really?
armor. Yeah, they fight.
How wouldn't you? I mean, if they're legit fighting, couldn't you kill the other person?
No, there's no knives.
Oh, I thought
No
there were
knives.
swords
No,
and shit.
no.
Oh, you're just beating the fuck
Yeah,
out of each
yeah.
other. Oh, gotcha. Yeah.
Yeah, it's fucking funny.
What else, brother? What else you got for us?
You know?
What else is going on in New Jersey? You guys heard anything about the mine shafts collapsing and all that shit?
No, but I did hear this, that New Jersey is suing the Trump administration so that because Trump's trying to do away with the wind turbines.
Yep.
So the Jersey's suing the Trump administration. How about nobody from Jersey wants these fucking things.
Nobody.
Like, you
Nobody
kidding
that
me?
I know. And it's not even American-made companies putting them up. I
Right,
believe
it's
it's
China.
Dutch. No, I
Oh,
thought it was
Dutch.
Dutch companies. I could be wrong.
So do they get the energy?
But did you
Does
see
Dutch
the,
get the energy?
the
Like,
main,
what's the fucking point?
The Maine governor made an announcement today?
What?
She said, man, I'm going to misquote, but essentially, when I saw President Trump right after the inauguration in where were they, Oval Office, wherever they were, and he told me, I'll see you in court. And he was so confident that he would win. And I have great news for the great state of Maine today. We have won in court. And everybody, I read all the comments because it hasn't gone to the Supreme Court yet underneath. I guess they won in a 70-page, what do they call it, decision or a 70-page opinion. 70-page opinion. They won for now, I guess, under the guise and the guidelines of Title IX.
Maine is so gay, bro. No, they did it here too.
Southern Maine.
You brought that shit with you. That's what happened.
Literally
Fucking
all
Roger
of-
came and so did the fucking.
But literally, like New England in general, they're all fucking retarded. No offense.
Massachusetts is bad, bro.
Massachusetts,
Boston specifically.
Rhode Island,
Nah,
Connecticut.
New Hampshire, right?
New Hampshire.
No, New Hampshire is too.
No, New Hampshire is, but it's weird because it's the live free or die state. You don't have to have automobile insurance in New Hampshire.
Really?
I know that for a fact because
Live free or die. I'm gonna die with no insurance.
it's crazy. Well, I mean, like, what's her name? Maxwell. Didn't
Ghislaine?
she hid out there in New Hampshire because she thought she would be protected under that, so she rented a house there after all that shit went down. That's where they found her. But I was with my cousin. This is years ago. Maybe it's changed since then. I know our comment section is going to go off right now if I get this wrong. But years ago, I was up there. I was in my cousin's truck. There was like 4 of us, his wife, my wife at the time, and we were going to snowmobiling. And this girl literally just fucking plows into the side of us. And my cousin, Kyle, says at the time, I bet this bitch don't have insurance. And I go, why wouldn't she have insurance? Like fucking, he's like, you don't have to have insurance in New Jersey. I'm like, New Hampshire, sorry. I was like, why? Why? You have to have it everywhere that I know of. He's like, I bet she doesn't. We get out, cops show up, everything. She has no insurance. His insurance had to pay to fix his truck. And it was 100% her fault. Because it's the live free or die state.
Yeah, but how the fuck does that make sense, though? You can't go after her for the money? I'm sure you can, right?
He was, he called it before it even happened. So
that's nuts.
Yeah. And again, many years ago, so I don't know if it has changed. Maybe it's...
They have PA plates?
No. New Hampshire plate. Just got that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
Yo, what about this real ID thing?
Coming right up.
No,
if you
it's
don't...
already, yeah. But like, now I could fly with a passport, though.
Uh-huh.
Right?
Yep.
So then I don't need to get
I just saw something. I don't know if it's true, though, that they kind of like backed off on it.
I hear they are, but they're what is this? Like, what do we need? Another extra ID? This is some New World Order shit.
Right.
But like, it's all the same shit they already have. Like, if you have a passport, it's the same info.
But like the passport, I don't know.
It's just like flying domestically, I guess. For
but what is it?
Mm.
It's one main database versus like all the different states, and I guess that's what it's for.
So I was in Florida a couple weekends ago, and tried to fly back on a Monday. I took off Friday and Monday, and my flight was at, I don't know, let's say 2:30 on Monday. Right, get to the airport. Everything's good. Check in. Well, they screwed a bunch of shit up, but anyway, I checked in. I got all that straightened out. I'm sitting there waiting. Our board time we had passed. We'd already gone beyond. Like, let's say our board time was 3:02. I'm looking at my watch, and it's like fucking 3:10, and I'm like, wait, they haven't called anybody. Guy jumps on the mic, and it's like, just letting you know, flight JetBlue, flight number, whatever, is canceled. Boop, hangs up the mic, and that's it. So it was a packed flight. 300 people stand up and are like, what the fuck? What are you talking about? Everybody bum rushes that terminal. Says to the guy, what are you talking about? He's like, look, it's canceled. There's issues in Newark, power issues in Newark. If you want to rebook your flight, you can either go to whatever, down the hall to this ticket counter, or you can go all the way back through TSA on the other side of security and go to the JetBlue desk there and try to check in. So I'm getting ahead of these 300 people. I start sprinting to the nearest one that's inside. I get in line.
Sprinted?
Kind of fast walked while I was smacking my lips. But anyway, I was probably 50 people back in line. Like 50 people beat me there. And I was standing in line maybe 10, 15 minutes, and nobody's budging. Nobody's moving. Even the people that were in the front of the line have not moved. They're still talking to this lady. The lady comes out from behind the counter, starts walking down. I was like, we cannot rebook you in here. You have to go out. So then it's like a mad dash for the outside one because everybody went to the closest one. So I'm like fucking trucking out there. I was maybe the 4th or 5th guy in line to that one, right? Guy in front of me is in a wheelchair. Obviously, let him go first. He goes up. He's a nice guy. I was talking to him. And he's like, comes back. He's got a ticket. I go, bro, when did you get out? He goes, 5 a.m. I got out at 5 a.m. He goes, I didn't really care. I got a house here. I could have just stayed here, right? I'm like, cool. I'm going to get out at 5 a.m. I walk up. Like, all right, sir. I was like, I'm trying to rebook on the earliest flight possible out of this airport, any airport, Miami, wherever. She puts it in there. I smack my lips. I know. She puts it in, enters this thing in there, and goes, the earliest one I got is 9 o'clock tomorrow night. I go, that guy just got out at 5 a.m. in the morning. How is it not? She goes, sir, all those people behind you are booking on their phone right now. She's like, that's the best I got. I go, okay, I'll take it. So I ended up, I had to leave there, and I somehow got online and managed to book a flight from there on a different airline. I got some of my money back for that flight to Atlanta, and my ticket for Atlanta didn't have a seat number on it. It just said confirmed. And it had the flight number, the gate number, and all that. So I go when I get, off the flight from Florida to Atlanta. First of all, I had to jump on a tram, which broke down halfway to my terminal. Literally, they just start making an announcement. This tram is no longer operable in service. You can either wait for the next one or you can walk. I'm like, fuck it. I start walking to get there. Get to the next terminal, and the guy's like, you're on standby. I don't know if I'll even get you a seat. I'm like, bro, now I'm in Atlanta. I don't know anybody. I'm like, bro, what is the deal? What is going on in Newark? All they'll tell you is
they
they
runway.
Well, yes, that's causing major delays, but that's not the problem. I saw it. I meant to send it to you on TikTok. So there's some. It's not a what am I trying to say? Air traffic controllers or and those tower things. It's not one of those, but it's something similar to that. But it's actually based out of Philadelphia that relays it. Tricom or something like that relays information to Newark about all incoming. The power went out there for a minute. They had all these planes in the air. Couldn't contact the pilots. Couldn't track them. Couldn't for a solid minute. All these planes were flying around for what, probably seems like an eternity if you're in air traffic. So all the people that were doing air traffic control, if they get overly stressed, they can take a 30-day leave for being overly stressed. So they have all these air traffic controllers that took off because they were so stressed on a 30-day leave right now. So they have staffing issues now. Bro, there are so...
They should be allowed. That shouldn't be allowed.
I'm telling you, that's
right?
what I read.
It should be allowed.
But so they have staffing issues now with air traffic controllers, and they're trying to fix the problems with that. I think it's called like Tricom or something like that. It's something based out of Philadelphia, but it feeds Newark and, keeps all the information. And they say it's like an antiquated system and it needs an update. So, dude, Newark is don't fly out of Newark. It is
July.
Yeah, till the runway opens in July. But it is absolutely screwed right now. So anyway, I'm freaking out. I'm like, I'm sleeping in an airport in Atlanta now. Now I'm not going to get back for another day, right? Dude, they called everybody. It was, let's say the plane holds 300 people. There was 298 people that boarded in front of me, and I'm just standing there, and the guy goes, all right, Matthews. And I'm like, gosh, I got on, right? Start walking up. A girl steps in front of me and hands him her ticket. He goes, oh, sorry, sir, there's 2 Matthews. I go, no fucking way. I ended up getting on. I was the last person on the flight, the very last person.
Wow.
Yep. Crazy.
She's cuter Matthews than you.
Yeah, she was a stunner. All right, buddy, we can wrap on that.
All right.
Good little sesh.
If you say so, boss.
Why, what else you got?
No,
You got
that's
something
good.
else?
That's good. That's good.
All right. You want to go into your worst nightmare story in an airline, or you got something for me, or no?
No.
You got no good stories?
No, honestly, no. I mean, I probably do, but save it for another day.
Oh, and then when it was leaving Newark, we got stuck on the runway for 3.5 hours roughly. Couldn't take off. Had to go back and refuel because we burnt so much fuel on the runway. Because, well, they said part of it was the runway being down.
Too heavy?
And Air Force One was in the
heavy?
air. Air Force One, yeah.
Air Force One was
Air
there?
Force One was in the air. So 3.5 hours before we even took off.
I'm not flying no more.
No, I said I'm not doing it again after this.
Hell no.
All right, buddy.
All right, bud.
Later.
Take care.
Take it easy.
What's up, guys? Make sure you follow us on your favorite podcast platforms. You can find the links in the description below. And if you've enjoyed this episode, hit that like button and share it with a friend. Your support keeps us growing.